Good evening. Will I start, Prasanna ji? Good evening, all of you. It's me, Lopamudra Mishra. Today, thank you so much, Kuman Prasanna ji and Fertile Brains for organizing this solo recital. Well, as I said, that is being asked to me to speak about poetry, my poems. And to me, poetry is the amalgamation of thoughts and words. When emotions surge, words pour from heart. And what do the poets really do? The poet blends those words through his or hing as poetry. And to me, poetry is genuine, pristine, magic, and mystic, and a lyric. It comes from heart to reach the hearts. The words are decorated so immaculately that once heard, listeners go on analyzing the words again and again. The journey of soul towards self-realization. To me, poetry is a journey to self-realization. It's truly a catharsis. It's a dialogue. It's the reader's respective than writer's intention. And I believe poetry knew our intricacies and moved accordingly, matching the rhythm. And expression is the need. Poetry justifies its soul. It prioritizes on sentiments, tone, and moreover, self-introspection. My poetic journey is a self-exploration journey. To move beyond the boundary and experiment with the countless trajectory of thoughts which trigger sometime and force my pain to capture the moment, to relish it in a different show. Am I audible or not? I don't know, but still I'm moving ahead with my first poem. And that begins with poetry. Awestruck am from the winding path. You enter the crack, emitting the floral fragrance, captivating the space with your enduring assurance, making the bridge to dance with the melody of ambivalence. Awestruck that's poetry. From the floating water, your crystal clear image reflects gloriously my desire to clasp the air in my hand enthusiastically, confining a picture spectacularly, so that in the dim night, I could visualize your image dramatically or structurally. In the poetic vocabulary, you essence the leading role, remarkable feature tenderly settled among the rhythmic stroke. Thousand thoughts play swiftly throughout my canvas, rejuvenating with the sets of dazzling crop, rainbow sky smiling at the tint of Australia. That's what poetry. Now moving to the next poem. As I said, poetry is the literary works in which the expression of feelings and ideas is given identity by the use of distinctive style and rhythm. Poets collectively or as a genre of literature. So if we define poetry, poetry is a type of literature based on the interplay of words and rhythm. It often employs rhythm and meter. So in poetry, Words are strung together to form sounds, images, and ideas that might be too complex or abstract to describe directly. So my next poem is, Because of You. If someday my owls will question me why I have changed the direction of my wing, the answer will be, because of you. If someone will question me, why is my silence louder and louder in every passing minute? The answer will be, because of you. If the river will ask me why my love, my reflection in the running water, the answer will be, because of you. When the dark sky will ask me why I'm so fond of celestial bees, the silent moon, I will say, I exchange my words with them because of you. If the mountains will ask me why I love the echoes so much, I'll say, I hear your name from the words that rebound, and the resonance of pleasing words crawl me down. If the sea will question why I am so fond of waves, I will say, I travel peaceful in Egypt because of you. Coming to the next poem. Name of my poem is Distance Never Matters. We are oceans apart. I wonder how strongly we are stitched to our hearts. You love my voice in the dark, and I measure the depth from the blank without uttering a single sentence. We calculate the rising pavement, the boiling sentiments, the tenderness, as we are bequeathed to one catchment. In dreams, we sail in waves, we fly in blue sky, we dance in the stars, we dance with the stars, we compete with the moon, we wake with the skyline, we hop in the mountain range, together, dreaming and enjoying the glitters through staying apart. Distance is not an interference. It is a yardstick to evaluate the sweet, intoxicating visit. Now, every day is my day, is the next one. The day I painted my portrait in the blank canvas, probably that was my day. The day when my reflection said, enough of obsession. You blink like spring from the clusters of clouds swing. Probably that was my day. The day when I was allowed to roam free, of course, with some margins. My evaluation whispered, it's your day. The day I counted my days from the yearly calendar and found me still one position standing sound, I screamed loud. When I hear jingle of my day, the day when I can say, treat me not as a bundle of aspiration, fondle me not with false palpitation, adore me not like goddess of devotion, accept me as a sweet, lovable person. My dream is to hop in spring, to laugh and dance with waves. Appreciate my tone. Encourage me, even if I'm in foil. I assure I can stand firm during storm, saying, each day, every day is my day. Then, poets, they're a different person. कहते हैं जो रवि ना पहुंचे वह कवि पहुंचे. So a poet can hear noise, A poet can hear silence. The Nehompai poem is, I hear your silence. I hear and feel your silence from the hustle, bustle, from the rumble, trumble, from the up and down of curves and lanes. I feel your presence from the thunder and sound, with the thumbs loud in my veins. I recognize your footprints, pounding eve, your quietness, and tender bits. I know you care for me. Thou, you accept silence to us. You love me, acknowledge, but yes, your heart too beats for me. Then the next part, I hear your silence. From the dark spaces, I hear your voices. I see your fashion of faces. I can visualize your temper, your love for me. Now I know you are angry with me from each word of heart indicating me. I realize your passion, yearning, and strong infatuation. You know how easily you occupied my world. I had forgotten me and I started sailing towards your world unconsciously. I erased the particles from the path, only to run with you among the green meadows. I dare to cross the iron fences. I have become audacious enough to travel with your reminiscences. I count our days as one of my beautiful and unforgettable experience. Poetry is so important because it helps us to understand and appreciate the world around us. And poetry's strength lies in the ability to set a sideways light in the world so the truth sneaks up on you. Poetry teaches us how to live. Poetry matters because it provides doors and mirrors into the lives and perspectives of others. We get to live we get to live experiences that we never had otherwise with a real mindset. So poetry is everywhere and it matters because the words we use in real life for the real makeup, the experiences we live and feel. That is why poetry is so beautiful. And poetry expresses emotion. And the next poem is, if ever we will meet, if ever we will meet, I want to ask you a million speech. Why? And what will be asked trillion times? If and not will be the question be to baffle your mind. If ever we will meet, I assure you, first we will fight verbally. Second, we will love heartily for the follies in the argument that triggered our bullets towards each other's side. If ever we will meet, I'll make you aware of my sleepless nights, the disturbed thoughts which cripple my sight, my state of dwindling among the fathomless stars, the lonely hours and the visits of for your presence. If ever we will meet, I'll show you the faded color of the rain. I'll make you count the thorns which itch my elbow. I'll show the carving where your impression is preserved with utmost care from morning to evening. Now comes, if silence speaks. If silence speaks, then truly I hear the thunder it breathes. If silence roars, then I can feel my trembling throb, weaving a cobweb inside my pulse. If silence sings the melody, then honestly, my arteries dances accordingly. When silence heaves, heart sings. Words pour out loud to speak with volume. Thank you. Poetry has a lot of versatility. It engraved in itself love and hate. So next poem is Love and Hate. I divided it into 5 stanzas, so I'll go like that way. First, second, third, and then fifth. Now the first stanza is love and hate. 2 words correlate. Each one is a state of mind. A feeling where heart's feature is pride. Now, second one, you love me or hate. In both the term, I'm with. Love makes you smile, but in hatred, I'm always in your mind. Third one, love creates wonder. Hatred breaks the rule, produces blunder. Love believes in emancipation. Hatred focuses on restriction. Fourth one, love weaves magical words. Hatred plunges to disrobe your inner tongue. Love beautifies the soul. Very true. Hatred destroys you. Love neither takes shelter, it grooms to prosper. In love, a loving relationship, a beautiful bonding of mutual trust. But hatred is the end of each sector. Name of the next poem is Maybe. We will meet one day. If not under the hot sun, maybe on the torrent of waves. We will chat hours together. If not under the shade of cool moon, maybe in our fathomless dreams. We will share our heart full of words. If not on the green meadow grass, maybe through the fragrance of budding wind, we will meet one day to change the parody of mystic day, to silence the ebb of rising train, to soothe the anxiety and curiosity, which is making us frail, to unleash the bundle of feelings, which is tormenting us in lonely hours, and we yell, when will we meet? I will give answer to your only question. Why? You asked me why I want to meet you. My answer will be because I love you. The name of my next poem is My Ink and Its Lines. Of course, it's a love poem. My lines are alive, alive with your memories. I sail through the waves of feelings every time, intense to more intensely, because you captured my soul and my breath is near you, always reminds me I'm yours. When my heart sings, my ink splits all the emotion that is carefully cased in my potion. When my ink dances, it crosses the boundaries to touch you. When my ink pens you, I forget me. Just remember you. When my pain shrinks, it's long for you. So, as we said, it's talking about the poetry. Poetry is a very thing which always deals with the feelings, and we really, uh, poets are sensitive people. We feel for everything, each and everything that touches our heart, and we could easily correlate ourselves. Just a minute. We relate ourselves with everything all around. And this is very unusual. This is unusual. Yes, this is unusual. Two souls meet as casual. Their bonds slowly bloom to special. Thou, they appear two individuals. Their hearts beats mutual. They share. They care. They flare endlessly. With no reluctance, with acceptance. To respect each other, to watch each other, to have trust for each other. They now bother not for the cracks. They now bother not for the hailstorm. They are sure of this speciality, adores one another individuality, keeping no complexity, rather giving freedom to glue this special bond with ample opportunity. Poetry for me is self-invention, self-exploration. Because I never consider myself as a poet. I just scribble the lines, whichever comes to my mind. So as Wordsworth has said that poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility. But for me, poetry is my respite. And it is something I just feel uh, exploring myself all the way. And that's the journey. If I say my journey with poetry is self-invention. What I want to prove myself, a perfectionist in each aspect, a bundle of vague prospect, vowed to the bunch of social respect, some sort of assertion, some prohibition, some restriction to my expression, in order to prove me that I am perfect in every jurisdiction, a self-revelation, self-assumption, such redemption, revising myself in order to discover the potentials which submerged among the charms of the season's rotation, according to my changing scene of my character, I mold my image to glorify my actions with a selfish, to put my thumb impression, to prove my perfection, but rediscovering and reinventing helped me in order to healing myself, dealing with thyself, creating a bond of uniqueness among ourselves, erases all the lines, confirming me to stay contented in this art gallery. I would like to read my poem. My relationship. I just wanted to put it in a different way. The begins with such. Name of my poem is Our Relationship. Our relationship is an algorithm of trust and faith with you and me, a blend of sentiment and commitment. Our relationship is an adoration for each other, a collaboration of mind and heart emotion. Next, our relationship. Our relationship seeks pleasure for each other, a devotion and appreciation for each other. Our relationship seeks pleasure for each other, a devotion and appreciation for one another. Our relationship unfolds and highlights the paramount dictum of mysticism, a roller coaster ride towards divinity. Our relations assert the unscaled heights with its unmeasured thoughts, a unique balance of awareness for the sunlight and fantasy for the moonlight. Our relationship is a promise to stay till the road ends, and attachment and a longing for togetherness. Our relations is a bundle of cooperation and a friendly relation, a sheer joy for each other's proliferation. Our relations is built on a substantial apprehension, an assurance, and persistence to cling to all the circumstances. Our relationship is a comfort to reveal each other's confession and unleashing emotional thread of dedication. Our relationship is an addiction for one another, an aptitude of patience and goodness. Our relationship matters to such an extent that a smiling bird can entice our heart. A singing bird can intone a melody. A humming bee can invoke 1,000 lyrics. Rainy sky notices our myth. Summer days observes our spirit. Winter days celebrates our air. Jingle of our spreads like the fire. On the curvature we pause. With some cornerstone we toss. Our fates as the gamble for our unseen future. Hence, we cling to each moment. We rejoice with each other's presence to nurture those minutes for our lonely seconds. Our relations matters to such an extent that we value one another's fragrance. Thank you. Lot of relationship and lot about everything that is said that about love and everything. I've written something about the lady I am, and I just want to share with you all because poetry is one of the most prestigious form of writing, and it is a literary work in verse, writing of a high quality which sows deep feelings with beauty and elegance. And well, I'm not getting it. Now, what happened to me? What happened to me when poetry came to my life? One direction changed my world. One incident colored my, one incident changed my world. One incident colored my world. One meeting intensified feeling to paint on plain canvas. One sung, my lips hum, triggers my limbs to dance. One droplet of rain on the mother earth generates the aroma of musk bridge. One season for peacock dance swells all the tributaries. 1 second, thousand thoughts, crops and vanishes. One delay can be a punishment for lifetime. One prompt action can save life. One perfect friendship is equal to thousand quotes. One harmony weaves many theories. One verse infuriates the crowd. One dialogue is equal to million words. One book is like a guideline to fly in blue sky. One, and only one, is significant for the melodious symphony. One step forward solves the mystery, one by one. Rediscovering the framework, I found thousands of meaning buried in one. Now promise me, the next word, promise me. Before leaving me near the shore, promise me, dear, you will be with me in my day and in my dream. Your symphony I'll hear in my lips. Your, your roses will always add gloss to my cheeks. I'll always carry silhouette of thee. Every wave of mine will not bother me to face the hailstorm after your partition from my shore. If ever my sparkles of love will haunt you, torture you, promise me you will come to me because your color will never fade in me as you have never parted from me. The day I first met you, the day I first met you, you looked so cool. I became the fool. My heart throbs became loud. I was dumbfounded to see my damsel standing close. My hands tremble, voice fumble, legs stagger, face became warm, heart chuckle. A soft beat tickles, lips shudder to express the words that I'm in love with thee. I'm in love with you, poetry. Wish I could. Wish I could check my bits. Wish I could measure the depth of the sea. Wish I could restrict my hips. Wish I could control myself from climbing the cliff. Wish I could evaluate the blue tides. Wish I could tell my breath that I have to walk without the fragrance of its side. Wish I could instruct my heart that now you have departed from my path. Wish I could tell the stars that I am one among them, wide awake throughout. Wish I could tell the sun to send some soothing ray in this winter day. Wish I could stop dreaming roses and its spring. Wish I could dive very deep into the chilled water to get solace from the summer heat. Wish I could fly above and above, never to return here anymore. Wish I could stop listening the whisper of my thumb. Wish I could really overcome all this. And thus, if wish is thus, and you become my poem. The name of my next poem, and here I conclude my session with the last one. You are in my ink whispers your name. You are in my pen. My lines sparkle with your thought, with your color. My line sparkles with your color. Each alphabet is aware of your flavor. My words may run from steep mountain cliff to deep roaring ocean. I carry your thoughts with abundance passion. My feelings are pure as mountain dew. So they hide you in puzzles few. The connection is platonic and strong is the binding. I fantasize you while walking, running, singing, and dancing. Your gracious presence enhances my words. My pledge is to weave you as a garland in grace. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for my patience hearing, for your patient hearing.